Okay, guys. So today I wanted to kind of rant about some things that kind of aggravate me about the game, and then some things I absolutely love about the game. So the first things first, we're going to talk about the classes in Guild Wars 2. So out of majority of the MMORPGs out there, I feel like right now at this current moment, Guild Wars 2 probably has one of the most fun class systems out there, and I feel that that's something that they need to really double down on and keep that. If they're designing a new Guild Wars or a new Guild Wars expansion or something like that, maybe a Guild Wars 3 or a Guild Wars, remaster to put the game on a better engine where they're able to do more stuff for us, maybe develop new content a little bit faster and not just have the whole idea of living world, because to me living world doesn't hit for me. It doesn't feel like, when someone tells me living world, I'm thinking a world that's alive, a world that makes you feel fun, that makes it feel great or whatever, just running around doing stuff like what I'm doing right now. Like maybe, every time I run around I'm seeing different type of events and stuff like that, and that's like brightening up the game for me. It's making me feel, really good to actually see other players in the game, give them a reason to be out here actually in the world. That's what makes the world living for me. So it's really nice that you actually still can see people in Guild Wars 2 while you're running around, because that's actually something that you don't get to see a lot of in World of Warcraft and other MMORPGs out there. Maybe ESO, right? So some things that Guild Wars got right. Okay, Guild Wars class system, I would say, is hands down number one. And I'm not saying this or whatever to, try to, I don't know, like I whatever could be in your mind or whatever to wonder why I'm saying this. Like, I know I'm partnered by them or whatever, but trust me, I always speak how I feel, and this is how I feel. I feel that the class system on Guild Wars 2 is flawless. I feel that it's absolutely beautiful, and I love their classes and how they, like, pan them out and flush them out. So they actually feel really great, and it allows you to immerse into your class. I love the whole subclass system, and that's something that I don't love. That when games have like a subclass that branches off or something like that, that's something that I wasn't a big fan of, because they only give you like one extra skill or something like that. I feel like Guild Wars really kind of gave it that little bit of extra character when you're these subclasses, and you actually do feel like you're a Reaper when you choose Reaper as a Necromancer, or when you choose Scourge, you kind of feel that like you're some type of weird plague. And I know that's funny too, right? But in that sense, they nailed it. I feel like they did exactly what Elder Scrolls tried to do, but failed horribly. I feel that Elder Scrolls Online is a really beautiful game, but they completely failed their community and their class design. Their class design is just complete garbage, and it's just, I don't know how else to put it, right? Now, another thing is the questing system. I love how there's hearts. I love map completion. If there was only a way to add different types of map completion to the game, I feel that that was really beautiful. And I think that if they're creating a new Guild Wars, they should definitely keep the idea of map completion and maybe farther it. I know back in the day we used to think that map completion was such a headache and this and that, whatever, but when you main one character, oh my god, map completion gives you so much purpose. You guys don't even know. Maybe they can do a reward or allow you to even reset your map completion on one character, so you can run through the whole map again with a friend, so that could be something or whatever that you can think about or whatever, because I feel that map completion for me was very important. Like, I know when I first started the game I absolutely hated it, but as a veteran to the game now, I absolutely love it, and it gives you purpose when you make a new character. You're not just running around aimlessly like, oh my god, I've done everything in a whole world and this and that or whatever. Like I said, the rewards for map completion could be a lot better, but we get what we get, right? So I want to talk about the lack of content right now. And I feel that the lack of content is definitely because they have something big up their sleeves. Now, I know they just laid off like a bunch of devs and stuff like that, but so did Blizzard. And then this year we seen BlizzCon, where they kind of announced all the stops, you know what I mean? They brought it all out. They were like, boom, Diablo 4, the new World of Warcraft expansion, we're gonna be taking it back. We learned a lot from what you guys like, you know, just from Classic alone has taught us a lot about, you know, our fan base and all this stuff, you know, and that was beautiful. And I feel that these companies somehow, I don't know if they like directly communicate with each other or whatever, but I think they kind of know. They're like, okay, we suspect that, you know, the new World of Warcraft expansion is going to be coming out at this time or whatever, maybe 2 years from now. So that means in about 6 months or so, we'll announce our thing or whatever, and they're going to put out stuff like side by side or within the same, you know, quarter. So I think a lot of that stuff or whatever, and I think Guild Wars does do stuff like that, you know. They are a big company or whatever, so I'm pretty sure they have a marketing team or whatever and understand how this stuff works. And I think they don't want to jump the gun. I think they want to watch and see what's going to come out so they can tweak their game or whatever to better, you know, to see where the MMORPG genre is actually going to go. And I know some of you guys might be saying like, oh, well, they created their own thing, they don't really need to do that or whatever. But this day and age, things are different. You know, the most successful MMORPG kind of sets the pace and the tone for what we as players actually expect out of companies, right? So say World of Warcraft kind of made it so, like, you know, just think about what World of Warcraft did, and when World of Warcraft kind of like set that bar for all MMORPGs, then you couldn't have an MMO without mounts and stuff like that, right? So at some point, all MMOs out there just kind of like got mounts, you know. It became this whole thing, and they weren't the first with mounts. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to give like a little quick example. So don't be in my comments bitching and stuff. Oh, they didn't do this. Look at it was EverQuest, man. Fuck EverQuest. All right, sit the fuck down. All right, that's not what we're talking about right now. All right, you EverQuest people. I'm joking. Let me be respectful, because I know some of you EverQuest, you know, players are grandpas now, and that's fine, you know, but you live your life. Let us live our life. I got about 20 more years until I'm a grandpa. All right, I'm gonna live this up. So the speculation of the next expansion is something big that's coming. It's definitely coming. It's got to be, because right now Guild Wars 2 is in maintenance mode, and I mean, that's really what I'm calling it, because the features that we're getting, the little small updates or whatever, they don't seem, they're stuff like the whole build templates and all that stuff, and armor warehouse and stuff like that. Listen, we've been asking for this stuff for years. There's no way it took them that many years just to come up with this. So something big has to be under works, and that's pretty much what everyone's waiting for. And I know a lot of content creators for Guild Wars has kind of slowed down making content, because right now the lack of content is real. It's really real. Like, I don't cover stuff like builds and stuff for characters. I cover necro stuff. I do cover, like, you know, class excitement, maybe class fantasy or whatever, you know, but I don't cover exactly like making builds for characters. I don't know other classes in that big of depth to actually do that, and I recommend that you find a YouTuber or whatever that does do that if that's something that you're looking for. You know, I can make stuff. I make those type of things for Necro every once in a while, because I know Necro. That's what I play. You know what I'm saying? So I feel more comfortable giving you information. So I can only give you general information about other classes, or where do I think they're at in PvP or something like that, or PvE. Those are things I can tell you, and you would just have to take my word for it, or just like go look it up. You know what I mean? So that's why I don't make like Guardian videos, like, you know, how to start out as a Guardian and how to start out as a warrior and all that stuff, because I don't main those classes. And although I have them at max level, haven't played some of them in a quite a long time or whatever, and when I do play them, it's usually in PvP. So, and that's about it. I don't really get too far into them as far as like in game and stuff like that. So yeah, anyway, this video is getting too long. I just wanted to know what you guys think is going on. Like, what do you guys think? Comment down below and tell me what you think that Guild Wars is doing right now. What do you think the developers are doing? Where do you see the game going in the future? Do you think that they're going to announce a new expansion next year? Do you think they're going to announce a completely new game next year? What if they do something like separate World versus World from the game completely? What if they try to make a World versus World standalone game of Guild Wars 2? That might be something that I would be interested on if it had a if it had a lot of RPG elements. I would definitely be interested in something like that. But please comment down below and let me know what you think. And guys, this is my first video in a long time, and I bet you guys can, you know, kind of see that I'm kind of nervous, you know, because I feel like I haven't done this, and I feel like I'm just like a new person trying to do this again. But you know, that is what it is. Peace out, guys. This has been Cosmic Jelly, formerly known as King Vox.